Let us solve problems on root locus. So problem 1 is for g of s into h of s is equal to k divided by s into s plus 3 into s plus 5. For this transfer function we need to draw root locus. So let us find out what are the poles and zeros. We already know that the zeros can be obtained from the numerator function. Here there are no s functions, so zeros are 0 itself. There are no roots from the numerator function, and from the denominator function we can obtain 3 roots, that is s equal to 0, s equal to minus 3 and s equal to minus 5. These are the 3 roots from the denominator function. So the roots obtained from the denominator function are called as poles. The number of poles are equal to 3. So we can plot these roots on the S-plane. This is real axis and this is imaginary axis. So the roots we obtained from this transfer function are 0, minus 3 and minus 5. So here 0, minus 3 and minus 5. Only poles are present, so poles are represented by X mark. There are no zeros, so you are not mentioning any zeros in the S-plane. Next, second step is breakaway point should exist between 0 and minus 3. How we are saying it is between 0 and minus 3 only. So we know that the starting point is always the pole. So we have 3 poles. So if this pole is a starting point, so the direction of this pole will be towards minus 3 and the direction of this pole is towards 0. So at some point they are going to meet at one intersection point. So that point we need to find out, that is called as breakaway point. And here this is another pole. It is going away from the minus 5 point. Next, third step is the total number of branches of root locus. Root locus may have many number of branches, but for this problem the total number of branches will be equal to the majority of poles and zeros. Here the poles are greater than zeros, that is 3. So we can directly write the total number of branches of root locus, that is n equal to 3. Step 4, identification of root locus branch. So we already marked the roots obtained from the given transfer function. We need to find out which is the root locus branch and which is not the root locus branch by this. So if we find out, consider one random point. So I am considering one random point on this. So to the right side of this random point, count the number of zeros and poles. So here we have only one pole, that is at 0. To the right side of this random point, we have only one pole. So that is the 1 is an odd number. So if odd number of zeros and poles are present to the right side of the random point on any branch, is called as root locus branch. And consider another point here, another random point here in between these two poles. So to the right side of this random point, count the number of poles and zeros. There are two number of poles right side to this random point. The 2 is an even number, so you can't consider this as an odd number. So this complete branch is a non-root locus. So you can define the root locus as well as non-root locus branches like this. And it is applicable only on real axis. If the complex roots, if you consider any complex roots here, you should not consider in order to judge the root locus and non-root locus. Also here, find one point, random point to the right side of this. 3 poles are present here. So you can completely till infinity you can treat this as a root locus branch itself. After that, next step is number of asymptotes. Asymptotes are nothing but the branches which are approaching to infinity. So how many number of infinite branches are there in this problem? That is p minus z, number of poles minus number of zeros. The number of poles are 3 and number of zeros are 0. So total number of asymptotes are 3. So you are having 3 infinite branches in the current root locus, but you don't know the direction of each branches. So in order to find out the direction of infinite branches, you need to find the angle of asymptotes. The equation to find out the angle of asymptote are 2q plus 1 into 180 degree divided by p minus z. First substitute q equal to 0, you'll be getting 60 degree, 180 degree, 300 degree. So total number of asymptotes are 3, so you need to find out 3 directions. After that, you already got 3 asymptotes, that is 3 infinite branches in 3 different directions, that is 60 degree, 180 degree and 300 degree. But there will be an intersection point of these asymptotes. So that intersection point you need to know. For example, if this is the S-plane, this is 0 degree and this will be 60 degree and this will be 180 degree and this will be 300 degree. And there should be some intersection point to this asymptotes. That you need to find using centroid. Centroid can be obtained from the equation sum of the real parts of the poles minus real part of the zeros divided by p minus z. Real part is nothing but, for example, consider a plus bj is a complex number. So here, which is the real part? A is the real part and b is the imaginary part. You should consider only the real part of the poles or zeros. Here there are no zeros, so total number of zeros are equal to 0 itself, and the real parts of poles, all the poles present here are real parts itself, that is 0, minus 3, minus 5. Add all the poles divided by p minus z, that is 3 minus 0 is 3 itself. Find out sigma value, that is centroid. Centroid is minus 2.667. So we can plot. So we already plotted the location of poles. Now mark the centroid, that is minus 2.66 here, and mark the direction of infinite branches, that is 60 degree, 180 degree and 300 degree. These are the directions of branches of root locus. Next point is breakaway point. We already know that breakaway point should come between 0 and minus 3, but exactly where it comes, we don't know that. We need to find that. So in order to find the breakaway point, we need to consider 1 plus g of s into h of s. In the problem itself, they have given g of s into h of s expression. So by considering 1 plus g of s into h of s equal to 0, we can find the characteristic equation. It gives s cube plus 8s square plus 15s plus k equal to 0. Now separate the k terms as well as s terms. Now bring all the s terms to right hand side and keep the k in the left hand side itself. So it will become k equal to minus of s terms, all the s terms. Call it as equation number 1. Now differentiate this equation dk by ds, that is differentiate it with respect to s. So then we'll be getting the expression as minus 3s square minus 6s minus 15 equal to 0. If you are equating this equation, it will become positive. Now find out the roots of this equation. This is a quadratic equation. Find out the roots of this equation, then you will be getting the breakaway point. But you are getting 2 different roots, but you don't know which is valid breakaway point. You need to check whether it is a valid one or invalid one. So in order to check that, there are 2 conditions. In order to judge that it is a valid one. So first is obtain root must be on root locus. So in the first step itself, we have told that the breakaway point should come between 0 and minus 3. So here we have 2 roots, minus 1.2 and minus 4.1. Only this root is in between 0 and minus 3. This is not in between 0 and minus 3. So The first condition will be satisfied by the first root. Next, second condition is substitute the obtained root. It may be this value or this value. Substitute any of this value in the equation number 1. In place of s, substitute these roots and obtain the k value. And the obtained k value must be positive. So if you substitute minus 1.2 to this equation, you will be getting positive value, that is 10.28. But if you substitute minus 4.119, you won't be getting the positive value for k. So we can consider this minus 1.2. Eighth step is intersection point on imaginary axis. If all the branches are approaching to infinity, means they have to cross the imaginary axis, that is j omega axis. We need to find out that intersection point on imaginary axis in order to complete the root locus. How to find out this imaginary axis point? That is, first we need to find out the characteristic equation, that is 1 plus g of s into h of s equal to 0. In the previous step itself, we calculated this characteristic equation, we obtained this. Make use of the same equation and construct the root array using this characteristic equation. Starting from s bar 3 to s bar 0, construct the root array. And the coefficients are 1, 8, 15 and k. So first substitute, fill the first and second rows with the coefficients of characteristic equation. The coefficient of s cube is 1, s square is 8, s is 15, last one constant is k. By multiplying 8 into 15 minus k divided by 8, we will be getting 120 minus k divided by 8. The next element can be written as 0. Now to continue the procedure of RH criteria, again find out the last element. After completing this, we need to find out the marginal value of k. How we are going to find out the marginal value of k? By equating the k expression to 0. If you equate 120 minus k by 8 equal to 0, then that will become 120 minus k equal to 0. So k will be equal to 120. That is a marginal k value. By making use of this, we need to write the auxiliary equation. If we substitute the marginal value in place of k, we will be getting 0 here. The whole row will become 0. Once the elements of this row become 0, then we should consider the second special case, that is difficulty 2. There, if all the elements of any row is 0, then we need to take the coefficient of the previous row and write the auxiliary equation. Now how to write the auxiliary equation? The function is s square, 8 into s square, and this is the coefficient of s bar 1, so this will be the coefficient of s bar 0. So we can write 8 into s square plus k equal to 0. That is the auxiliary equation. So a of s is equal to 8s square plus k equal to 0. Now we need to find out the roots for this auxiliary equation. 8s square equal to 120 minus 120, s square will be equal to minus 15, s will be equal to square root of minus 15. So it will become plus or minus j 3.873. So these are the points on imaginary axis so that we obtained on the j omega axis. So by making use of this breakaway point and intersection point, we need to plot the root locus. Before that, check whether you have the complex pole or not in the given question. As there are no complex poles, because we have only 0, minus 3 and minus 5. These are the poles that we have, and there are no zeros. The number of zeros are 0. There are no zeros present in this problem. So as there are no complex poles and zeros, the angle of departure and arrival are not required. So we can skip this step. By making use of breakaway point and intersection point on imaginary axis, we can plot the root locus, that is final root locus plot. First, we already marked the poles, that is 0, -3, -5, and also the angle of asymptotes, and centroid is -2.66. So this is the intersection. Centroid is the intersection point of asymptotes. Asymptotes gives, these are the angle of asymptotes that gives the direction of the branches of root locus which are approaching the infinity. The infinite branches direction will be given by these asymptotes, 60 degree, 180 degree and 300 degree. Now we need to mark which is the breakaway point, -1.213. So here I will be getting the point -1.213. From this point I need to draw. So this pole is coming from -3 and this pole is coming from 0. So they are meeting at this breakaway point, that is -1.213, and getting diverged. They are moving away from this breakaway point. So we need to draw the extended infinite branches. First, before that, mark the imaginary point, so where the branches of root locus will cross over that point, that is plus 3.873j and minus 3.873. Now by making use of this breakaway point and this intersection point on imaginary axis, we need to draw a plot like this. So it has to cover this breakaway point, starting from breakaway point and reaching this intersection point on imaginary axis, and tends to infinity. So this is infinite branch, and the next branch is starting from breakaway point, it is reaching the negative intersection point on imaginary axis and tending to infinity. And another branch is what? This one, 180 degree direction. So this pole is the starting point and this will be the ending point is infinity. So as we know, the number of asymptotes are p minus z, that is 3 minus 0. 3 number of infinite branches will be getting in this problem. One is this, another one is this, and the third one is this. We have got 3 infinite branches or asymptotes. So this is the complete plot of root locus.